Anyway, back to what he said. Animals have homosexual sex for dominance reasons, not because they are gay. Which is false, and I tackle that. The reason no species has ever gone extinct due to homosexuality is because it's not the norm. Just because it isn't common, it doesn't mean it isn't normal. That's what... A girl going to school in high heels isn't common. But it is normal. Girls will go in shoes they feel comfortable with going in. Obviously, some places allow it, some places don't. But just because it isn't the main part doesn't mean it isn't normal. Like, people will go in all types of shoes as long as it's permitted. Any species which decides to go full homosexual and cut off heterosexual relationships altogether will be extinct. No species has ever gone heterosexual. Full on homosexual. I keep acknowledging that, and he keeps ignoring it. This is not open for debate. That being said, there is an appropriate time and place and age for discussions of sexual natures with a child with a single digits is not one of those. 3. If the child comes up to you themselves, then yes, it is time for them to talk. It's time for her to have to talk. Really. Yes, many ancient cultures such as Greeks had a homosexual sex with them because they themselves were homosexual, however. How can you say that? Really? I am sure some were, but not all. This became a practice in some twist morality to preserve young women's virginity, as this was important to them. No. That wasn't necessarily it. Like, they were just legit. Like, really? I responded with, humans are animals. The only unique thing about us is our level of intellect. And no, animals have had sexual intercourse for a variety of reasons. It isn't always about dominance. The make love not war monkeys, or they actually, if I remember correctly, they're actually apes, do it all the time. Again, it's not for dominance at all, people. Like I mentioned before, male lions have sex way more times with other male lions. They don't need sex to say which is dominant. They actually fight for that. Female deer have been caught doing it, and it wasn't for dominance either. Sex isn't just for reproduction or dominating. Again, no species that have homosexualities have gone extinct strictly from that. In fact, some benefit because with others of their species having too many kids, they would adopt, meaning all the kids will still be taken care of, so less kids will die and the population will benefit from this. This happened among penguins, and like before, they aren't going extinct because of homosexuality. They are going endangered because of humans. Again, that's because he brings up extinction. This is what he puts. Nitpicking makes no sense to me. Of course we are biologically animals. When someone says we are not animals, it is our intellect they are referring to. This is what makes the difference around the world. Animals have none of this. They have instincts and urges without the ability to rationalize them. Not necessarily true. This is the animal kingdom. Stuff homosexuals pull out of the time is ridiculous. You pulled out extinction, and I was showing you multiple examples of that being wrong. Homosexuals view and compare themselves to mindless creatures that live on urges. You said it would make us extinct, and that is simply false. And I've shown you examples not only in our own history, but throughout the animal kingdom, showing that you are fake, like it's not real. Some animals eat their own poo. Should humans do that as well? There are humans that do that. Like, that's literally a thing. There are monkeys that can smoke and some can do sign language. Does that make them like me? No. But have you actually seen how those things came to be? On top of that, there are people that train dogs to walk upright. It isn't the right thing to do. But then it's just like, do you not know where this is going? Like, he goes on with, Humans are nothing more than animals in your eyes. Some are, I will give you that much, but for the majority, I know this is to be plenty false. Many of what you say is plenty false. Like, seriously? This is what I put. The problem is we are not talking about intellect, we are talking about sexuality. So to suddenly use that is off. Animals in the animal kingdom don't always go based on urges. We have seen this with animals like large cats who have killed parent animals, and instead of also killing their young for food as well, they take care of the young despite needing extra food at times. Why do people compare homosexuality with mindless, with mindless animals? Because people often throw the homosexuality isn't normal, and you pulled out saying it'll make species extinct, and I already proved you otherwise. Did you seriously forget your own arguments? That's why the comparison is made. It is natural, it doesn't bring species to extinction, and you're now choosing to ignore that. Then he responds, number one, you compared homosexuality to animals, not me. You were saying it brought species to extinction. That isn't true at all. And I've already brought that. I already told you that. Number two, you proved no one wrong about anything. I proved you wrong, if anything, if you want to look at those terms about homosexuality and going extinct. No, again, there are many, even amongst humans, many cultures, many places with homosexuality, and no one went extinct from that. And then he goes on with, there's no biological organism that is strictly homosexual, as that is impossible, and if we were one that suddenly became homosexual, it would become extinction in short order. That isn't true. Especially when you consider that in today's day and age, if everyone were to suddenly become homosexual, we literally have technology to impregnate women. Let that sink in. We can artificially impregnate women. So women will never have to have sex with men. Men will never have to have sex with women to have children. So our species will still go on, even if everyone were to become homosexual today. Literally, our species would keep on going. There is no way around that. Our species just won't go extinct at this point. Especially because now we can literally afford everyone, well, almost everyone. I kind of forgot about other places that don't have access to this technology yet. But if everyone were to suddenly become homosexuals, that technology would start booming because of that. We will literally not go extinct in short order at all. Then, going off what he says, that is what I said. The comparison to animals is made by homosexuals to try to justify the homosexual lifestyle. I have seen it numerous times, and as I pointed out, it is hogwash. And you bringing out species going extinct is hogwash. Literally, no species went extinct because of homosexuality. We cannot go extinct because of homosexuality. And that is the fact. And then, going back to what he says, we have recently and actually that no other life form has on this planet. So, I take it that you, the LGBT crowd, must view yourselves as nothing more than animals when I see you make this comparison. It is not natural. It is natural. Homosexuality has been throughout our history. It has been throughout the animal kingdom. It is natural. You know what isn't natural? Artificial clothing. Yet, we view that as the norm. Why can't we view something that does occur in nature, both in our nature and the wild? It's beyond stupid. As natural. Why can't we view homosexuality as natural? It's not only been a part of our history, it's just been a part of the planet, pretty much. And it's just so stupid. So let me finish up his last things. It is not natural. It is not natural. If it were two women or two men, would be able to reproduce offspring, then it would be natural. No, just because they aren't able to produce offspring, it doesn't mean it isn't natural. And his last sentence is, it actually defies nature if you want to get technical. No, it doesn't. And again, with the fact that he admits that there are other animals throughout the animal kingdom that have sex with, like, homosexual sex, just shows. And I put, you literally said we would be extinct because of homosexuality. And I told you more than once that is literally won't happen, because not only has it been part of our history, but part of nature as a whole. And no species has ever gone extinct from it. Realize, I never said any species is or ever was 100% homosexual. You did. I said homosexuality was simply a part of it, and no species has ever went extinct because of it. Have you not read your own posts? Seriously, go through them and realize what you put down. I'm gonna add something. You said... Let me put this up here. You said... As homo... sex... but... we do it. It is against nature? Read what you wrote. So that's about it.